International Conference on Arts and Humanities.
The ancient civilization and beginning of history in Southeast Asia is intimately related to Indian, maybe some Sri Lankan immigrants and their culture. Sedis defined this as the Indianization. Sadly, he didn't say it as Sri Lankanization or Singalization. The Indianization of Southeast Asia is caused by the social and cultural change made by Indian immigrants in the region. The inflow of the Indian culture, including Buddhism, provoked the various responses throughout the region. The Votive Plaques are evidence of the widespread of Indian Buddhism throughout Asia, not only limited to Southeast Asia. Votive Plaques are pertinent instances showing the Pan-Asian spread of Buddhism. Among them, especially the plaques with the Ye-Dharmā inscriptions show the globalization of Buddhism in Asia from the 6th to the 3rd century. The Votive plaques with the Ye-Dharmā inscription show the homogeneous rituals of Buddhism which began in India. The homogeneity of Pan-Asian Buddhism can be found in the sutras, images, and rituals. The inscriptions on the various artifacts are significant materials displaying globalism in Buddhism. They are the mold of Votive plaques, now in Bangkok National Museum. Votive plaques offered as religious customs have been found from early periods in India. Recent researches about this custom inform us that the Votive plaques found in Southeast Asia are related to those of India and would be the evidence of Southeast Asia and India sharing similar religious rituals. On the Votive plaques, it is most common for personal information such as the donor's name, reason for offering to be inscribed, but there are also many plaques with Gatha or Dharani inscribed, most popular among which are the Ye-Dharmā verse. The Ye-Dharmā verse is a simple and poetic version of the Pratitya Samutpada, which is believed to be the essence of Shakyamuni's enlightenment. Since the Gatha embodies the core in the law of the Buddha, the Ye-Dharmā verse is also known as the Dharmakaya Gatha. The making and offering of votive plaques are involved with the pilgrimage to the sacred places of Buddhism in India. Many pilgrims who visited those sacred places bought votive plaques. These are found in almost all of Asia, such as India, Southeast Asia, Nepal, China, and Korea. Inscriptions were written in Sanskrit, Pali, or Southern Indian local characters. Sometimes there were inscriptions translated into Chinese characters. Since the plaques were normally small in size, easily portable, they were not created in the same place where they were found. Due to their mobility and the method of making, the plaques which were found in various locations all have great similarities. The devotees wanted to practice good deeds by offering the votive plaques, and they could easily review the Buddhist creed by reading the inscriptions. The votive plaques functioned efficiently as a tool for bearing in mind the Buddhist faith and also contributed to the spread of Buddhism and unification of Asian Buddhism. The production, consumption, and circulation of the votive plaques, which rapidly increased after the Gupta period in India, played a role in establishing the Pan-Asian globalism. The votive plaques were promptly mass-produced with mud and were affordable for anyone who wanted to dedicate. These plaques can be compared to the contemporary fast fashion and fast food. The attributes of the votive plaques, including the function, purpose, accessibility from the cheap price, and portability, made them very popular. Thousands of clay votive plaques embossed with Buddhist imagery found in Xi'an, China. They prove their widespread up to Northeast Asia. They show strong Indian impressions, and some of them have the Ye-Dharmā inscription under the throne, translated into Chinese. One of the votive plaques with the Ye-Dharmā inscription in the early stage of Southeast Asia was discovered in Tachana, Jaya, and Nakhon Si Thammarat, Thailand. We can see, these are Chinese ones. Various votive plaques and votive small stupas now in Bangkok. The southern Kedah and Langkasuka and many places were on the commercial sea route, so they share the same trading route that passed through the Malay Peninsula. The water drop-shaped votive tablet housed in the Singapore Asian Civilizations Museum also has the Ye-Dharmā verse inscription, the upper one. On the front of this votive plaque, which was discovered in the Malay Peninsula, is a small statue of the 12-armed Avalokiteshvara and votive plaques with the Ye-Dharmā inscription on its back. Sakura stamp with the Ye-Dharmā inscription branded on the back. A votive tablet similar to the one found in Bodh Gaya. They are excavated votive plaques from Patalun, China, and they are excavated from Mahabodhi. Under the throne, the inscription, the Ye-Dharmā inscriptions are there. They all had an image of the Buddha with the Burmese Parsha Mudra in the middle and Ye-Dharmā inscription at the bottom of its throne. The votive plaques found in various areas of Southeast Asia show that the act of dedication was clearly spread through marine routes. Votive objects with Ye-Dharmā inscription are also found, this map shows the places where the plaques discovered. Over here, and votive objects with Ye-Dharmā inscription are also found in Korea. John Fontaine focused on the Ye-Dharmā verse written on a sarira casket found inside the 5-storied stupa at Bowansa temple site in Sogang, Korea. The Ye-Dharmā inscription on the sarira casket was translated into Chinese. You can see the, like this. The Ye-Dharmā inscription on the sarira casket was translated into Chinese, unlike the excavated artifacts from Southeast Asia. The inscription said, "Those dharma which arise from a cause, the Tathagata has declared their cause, and that which is cessation of them, thus the great Shuramana has taught." The Ye-Dharmā verse was already imported to the unified Shilla kingdom, one of the ancient countries in Korea. The 8 tiles, which were engraved with stupas with Ye-Dharmā inscription, were also found at Sogang temple site in Gyeongju, Korea. The translated words are the same as the sarira casket from Bowansa temple site. Similar translations appear in Dharma-Guttaka Vinaya, Mahaprajnya Paramita Upadesha, but the Chinese characters were differently translated. Over here. The Ye-Dharmā verse on the sarira casket from Bowansa and the tiles in Sogang follow Ye-Ching's translation of the verse. This translation only appears in Ye-Ching's a record of the Buddhist religion as practiced in India and the Malay archipelago, the Vinaya Vastu, and the Sutra on the merit of washing Buddha spoken by the Buddha. Also at Hwangyongsa temple site, a silver tablet was found with Ye-Dharmā verse like this, but the Chinese characters on this silver tablet appear to follow Mahaprajna Paramita Upadesha and differ from those found from the clay tiles of Sogang and Mowonsa Sharira casket. It is the same translation as the Ye-Dharmā Inscription on the Buddhist clay plaques Buddha excavated at Xi'an, China, and differs from those of Ye-Ching's. These two different versions of Ye-Dharmā verse tell us that they were brought into Korea via different routes. Ye-Ching, in a record of the Buddhist religion as practiced in India and the Malay archipelago, wrote that there were two kinds of sharira enshrined inside a stupa. He wrote stupas or images are made of clay, and by piling them up after they are at some height, they build a larger stupa using them. When building this big stupa, two kinds of shariras are enshrined inside, one of which is the bone of a great monk, Shakyamuni, and the other is Ye-Dharmā verse. Ye-Ching's recognition regarding the practice and rituals of the Buddhist faith precisely reflects their situation. As Ye-Dharmā verse started to become important, it was often inscribed on a statue of the Buddha or bricks, as well as on votive plaques. However, it is strange that those are not commonly found in Central Asia, dating from the same period. Tsukamoto thought that the religious background of the Ye-Dharmā verse is closely related to the development of the Lotus Sutra. It's caused by the change of belief. Although it is not easy to find out whether the change of the religious act brought the production of the law sarira or the change of content in the sutra led to the change of religious act, it is certain that it reflects the custom of those days. The fact that most of the votive plaques with the Ye-Dharmā inscription have a Buddha image in the middle with the Bhumisparsa mudra, symbolizing the enlightenment of Shakyamuni, means that the origin of the votive plaques is linked to the Buddha statue with Bhumisparsa mudra. Therefore, originally, the Ye-Dharmā verse began to be inscribed on the front of the Buddha image with the Bhumisparsa mudra, and the reason was for the holy power of the sacred places of Bodh Gaya to indwell into them. The place where the Buddha achieved his enlightenment has the essence of the Buddha himself. There is no need for any sarira in the stupa. Instead, the teachings of Buddha have to be re-explained, rewritten, or praised. So it could be replaced to the votive plaques like this. Regarding the tiles from Sogang, the people of the Shilla period had the idea that the Ye-Dharmā verse and the Buddha with the Bhumisparsa mudra were closely related. The votive plaques inscribed with the Ye-Dharmā verse mirrors the globalism of 6th to 3rd century Asian Buddhist culture. The religious act of inscribing Ye-Dharmā verse into sculptures and dedicating them started in a sacred place in India and spread to China and Korea. The Ye-Dharmā verse, a perfect gatha of the Pratitya Samutpada gatha, was inscribed in various scripts such as Sanskrit, Pali, Tamil as a reflection of the Buddhist ceremonies performed by local communities in Southeast Asia and Northeast Asia. The first goal of miniature stupas and votive plaques was for anyone to easily get their hands on for dedication and thereby practice good deeds. The votive plaques were not only for practicing good deeds, but they also played a functional role as a souvenir for a pilgrimage place. To make people who have been there, remember the place. Since the Ye-Dharmā verse is a symbol for propagation and conversion, inscribing the Ye-Dharmā verse on the votive plaque boosted the sense of unity and homogeneity in the pan-Buddhist world. The votive plaques, the Buddha image with the Vispasa mudra, Ye-Dharmā verse were all means to objectify and substantiate the Shakyamuni's enlightenment. In other words, the law of the Buddha. The fact that the votive plaques with Ye-Dharmā inscription is found in various places in Southeast Asia, and that the Gatha in Chinese characters translated by Heejung was found at Sogang and Bowansa, Korea, tell us that they were spread over the ocean. Though inscribed in different scripts and letters, the substance of the Pratityasamutpada is the same. The way Ye-Dharmā verse was spread, enshrined, distributed was the same in whole Asia. The key point in my presentation is the globalism. Thank you.
We will hold for just a couple more minutes before lunch and hear if we have some questions.